Hello everyone. So this is Alteryx Day 80 and we are going to see the batch macro introduction and some of the workflows. So I have already posted a video on batch macro and standard macro and app as well. Previous videos if you have seen this on YouTube channel. And prior to that, I have posted some of the other contents on data quality, currency alignment, project tool containers, and command line execution. So if you are visiting to this channel first time, so please go and watch the previous videos and let me know if there is anything you wanted to discuss related to Alteryx solution or any data solution or business solution, right? So, and also like if you're visiting first time to my YouTube channel, so please like, subscribe, comment, and share your feedback as well so that we can work on the content more. And yes, I can bring my experience and knowledge with and share it with you guys so that we can understand and we can learn together as well. It's sharing the experiences and the knowledge plus learning together. So let's understand what is this macro is doing, creating a workflow that reads one Excel file and convert into macro, right? So here the example it is, I'm taking a text input. So that was just an example, but here let me show you like what exactly it is doing. So it is taking the store ID. It has a manual input and laptop price and the transaction date. And first of all, before creating any solution related to macro, there are two things we need to understand. One will be your macro file, one will be your workflow file. So when you are running the workflow file, which is this one, this another one, I'll be showing you that store ID manually and how this is working. So we need to make sure like these two files are available in our local machine, right? And it is not like you can directly open this and you can run it. You don't need to open the macro file and then you have to open this. So both the files. So for example, you are working on multiple macros, right? And you created multiple workflows in your ETL and the ETL solution, and you are trying to connect with those macros with each and every workflow. So then you cannot open like 10 workflows and 10 macro file, right? So obviously when we are working on multiple macros, so instead of macro, we can create an app. That is the best solution we can follow. So it depends on like project to project and case to case, like whether we really need macros or it is better like if I create 10 macros, instead of 10 macros, I create one app and give the access to the app, and then people can go and use the app. So it will work simultaneously like the same way, but it will have more functionality, right? So that also we are going to see in our already I have discussed in my previous topics as well, but still we can see that in the going forward in day 82 as well, we are going to see that how we are going to create it. So this is the input data which I am taking, and here I am just selecting the select component I am using just to in case I want to do some mathematical operation and the data type is different. Instead of integer, it is a string, right? So in those cases, what we can do, we can use this component and change the data type. So that will be very easier for us because, for example, if you want to create a formula, here I have created one formula called audit note. So if price is less than 0, then it should be automatically corrected negative value, else original value and that is what I'm trying to do. But how it will work? So if you see the data type is now string, I can change this data type as well. But if in prior only the data type is something VW string or string, then it won't work. Then it will throw you a parse error. Okay, so we need to make sure that this component we are using and the data types are correct. Because when we are working in an enterprise level project, you will not work on this sample data, right? You will get a data which is like a terabyte of data or GB's data like 15 GB, 20 GB or 5 GB, 10 GB of data. So in those cases, it is really important for us as a developer to make sure which component is the right way to change the data type and all. Okay. And here I am creating a formula and after that I am producing output. Here one thing what I'm doing, I'm bringing the control parameter. So control parameter you can find under the interface tool. You can search as well and you can find it. And here what we are doing, we are selecting the store ID. So if you see update row 1, 1, 2, 3 and store ID 001. So what is the data is there? So we need the data for store ID. And here, what I'm doing, I'm manually creating a text input. And this macro is going to run all the things. So let me first execute this. And here we are not doing anything in the interface designer. If you come, there is no changes. Okay. So we are not making any changes for the interface designer for this project. So let me first execute this workflow and let's see all these things are running properly. So if I see here, this is working properly and it is giving me, this is the original value. This is the calculated logic, what we created, and this is the original value. Now I want to test this macros. Let me execute it. So for the store ID one, I mean, it took the store ID, but since it's a batch macro, so one by one till the condition is meeting. So it is running all the three records, right? I gave the input here. If you see, the input is manually 001. Here it is 001. But when we are connecting with the macros, so here one more thing we have to be very careful while we have to select the field. So drop down I have given. Why we created this control parameter? So that we can manually go and select the drop down. So currently it is 001, but when we are running, when we want to see this macro, what is exactly it is doing. So it is making the changes of the prices and everything, and it is preparing a audit note column. Simple. That is in the layman terms what I can say. This is the idea of the project to achieve it. So we put on one single entry, but for example there are 1,000 entries or maybe 2,000 entries. So let's make the changes here. Let's make it store underscore 003 and make it laptop, and then make it 400, and this should be 10 2025, right? So now this is a macro file. We need to save also. Whatever, if we are making any changes to the macro, we need to make sure that is saved. Okay. And let's execute the workflow. Now, if I'm going and running, if you see, this is the macro was refreshed. Now, if I'm running, it should give me the output of everything, right? So the new store ID has been added and it is populating the numbers, laptop, the transaction date, and whether it is original value or not, or negative value, or automatically corrected negative value. So based on this, customer can go and they can like do some of their advanced analysis or something like, right? So this is about the batch macro and how to create this macro and what are the things. We can leverage lot of components. It's not just like control parameter. Control parameter we are using to control the store ID. So like if you want to take a control of something, you want to make sure like it should be user-based interface, right? So in those cases, we need to use this control parameter and then select the store ID. So there are other options are there. You can update the value here. Like ideally you go or you change the value from here. Okay. So store ID replace with that store ID, select that and replace it. So that is also one option. But instead of that, I selected the first one. So there are a few examples I have shared in my previous videos. If you are watching this on YouTube channel, this content, so you can go and see like I have used formula as well. I have used update value mostly I have used and the default. Okay. So thank you very much for watching this video and stay tuned, like, subscribe, comment, and share your feedback. And let me know if there is any specific topic you wanted to discuss related to Alteryx solution or any data solution related to Alteryx. And or if you are working in Alteryx project and you are struggling to create a complex workflow, I'll be definitely helping you guys. Thank you again.